Hey guys, what's up? It's the Michael 11, the 27 here today to do my top 12 games 2012, and it's actually 12 because there were so many games I couldn't actually do 10 of them. So here we go. My 12th game, number 12, is Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Now people are saying that the game is lackluster in a lot of ways of visuals, gameplay, and story. While the story may not be the best story in the world, following a little path, it still is great how the gameplay is not linear. You could decide how you want to play the game, unless there's some scripted moments when you have to do stuff no matter what. Even though the game isn't isn't super short, it has 10 to 15 hours, it still is a great campaign with great variation. Also, the gunsmith mode is a really good improvement to connect and move, even though I wish there was more move gameplay or more compatible move abilities. And then there's the multiplayer, which is badass. You have some good game modes in there, some co-op campaign and horde mode, which is really a good addition, as Ubisoft proves that they could take a franchise and renew it and add to it, and it could still be a good opinion in my score of a 9 out of 10. There's gonna be some games here that I never didn't review, but I'm still putting them on my list. So number 11 is Syndicate. While Syndicate may have gotten 8.2 or 8.5 on my review, I still love the game no matter what, having a type of futuristic Blade Runner type of world, or isn't like Deus Ex is like Blade Runner inspiration. It still has that type of moments when you feel like you're really in that futuristic place killing people. While it was originally a PC strategy game in 1990, I think, and then they brought it back like 20 years later, you still think to this day that they could change the first-person shooter and actually get away with it, and they did, in my opinion. With some amazing visuals and great gameplay, with the ability to slow down time just for a short amount of time, it still is amazing how executions are done here, visuals are, camera angles, everything in the game really did a good job, unless there's some moments when the camera was kept a little on the short side, in my opinion, taking almost 6.5 to 7 hours. Still an improvement. There's no ultimate multiplayer like no team deathmatch or anything. There's still a co-op campaign, which will take you a really hard time to beat, as the AI are really strong, and maybe a little bit of lag. But I didn't care as the game was so much fun. If they make a sequel to this game, and I hope they do, it's a great game in my opinion. I really hope to see what they're gonna do next and change it. Number 10 is Transformers: Fall of Cybertron. Now, this is probably like the best Transformers game I've ever played since War of Cybertron. Now, when I first heard about War of Cybertron in 10, I shuddered because of how bad all other Transformers games were. But when that one was good, I was ready to see what the sequel had to show up next. And when the sequel came out, it blew everyone away, in my opinion. The game was an improvement on every level, with the Unreal Engine blowing this game out of its proportion. Great gameplay and great graphics really put the game out to nice visuals and high and gigantic spectacle events happening. And you see robots like Metroplex and some gigantic robots that you didn't see before. And even Grimlock's in here and all those dinosaur characters. While the campaign other people may be short, and some people are actually giving this game low scores because of its lackluster gameplay, but I didn't care for that because it reminded me a lot of Gears of War, and it has to with a game that makes me want to continue playing no matter how much gameplay it has. Even though the campaign could take 7 to 8 hours to beat, or even a little bit longer or shorter if you rush through it, or looking for audio logs, it still is awesome to play the game on its whole. And I would have been happy if they did not if that was it. But they added a multiplayer which proved the game overall. With Team Deathmatch, Conquest, Headhunters, Capture the Flag. Yes, there's not only game modes, but there's a good amount of maps, 10 maps, which can improve the characters, 4 classes, and it's just really improving the game. When they make the third game in this trilogy, thanks to Hyman Studios, they could really make another sequel probably going towards Earth, in my opinion, which is gonna actually blow everyone's mind away, make everyone regret giving those games low scores. And then there's the Horde mode, which is 15 waves. Even though yes it copies, it does take some new ideas. Activision and Hyman Studios proved that if you want to make a Transformers game, you put all the effort into it, not just a little bit, which is why it's number 10 on my list. Number 9 is Assassin's Creed 3. Now, people are saying Assassin's Creed 3 is unbalanced and getting old really fast. Since the old games weren't really that good, some people were saying like Revolution was getting a little too old on the icing or something like that. It still was good, and then when Part 3 came out, everyone was happy, and I was as well. As my score of a 9.5, I really did enjoy the game overall. While there was little bugs and glitches happening once in a while, and when my brother actually got in the game, and he fell right through the map and got stuck there for half an hour. It didn't matter, as so much of the game was open world. A big open world game with hunting elements, killing, slicing, and naval warfare mission when you're on a boat and blowing stuff up never gets boring. While people are hating on Desmond and the character himself, I really enjoyed him. Even though it had a lackluster ending, and the ending was kind of disappointing in my opinion, I didn't care because of how much fun I was having, and that's why I gave it my 9.5. I would have been happy just with this campaign by itself. But they added the multiplayer once again, even though they did it in Brotherhood Revelations. They improved it once again with new perks and a new Wolf Pack mode, which is basically a cooperative type of timer. Like, kill as many people as you can with the time amounted. And now, it wasn't the number one game mode ever. It was still unique, and it worked for me, which is number 9 on this list. Number 8 is Max Payne 3. Now, Rockstar has proven themselves already worthy of their name, Rockstar, with games like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, and L.A. Noire. But they had to do Max Payne 3. I was waiting for this game for at least 2 years, and when they announced it was coming out this year, I was blown away. Like, great visuals, great story, and great voice acting, and great gameplay. Basically, every single aspect in this game was working. And just so much was put into this game, and I loved it. Well, I never actually got a chance to review it. I would give it possibly today a 9.5 out of 10, proving that it was worth the game. A great story with tons of twists and turns. A long campaign will take you longer than 10 hours than people are actually saying, because you could die easily if you do not take cover. Voice acting is amazing. Visuals are amazing as well. Brazil really is a great location. And Max himself, the anti-hero in my opinion, or a hero who just attempts to kill him, is just an amazing character, and I want to learn more about him. When they do Max Payne 4, I hope, or maybe not, with how they changing the game, I really hope they take it to make it next level. The only problem I can see was bad about the game was it could be a little linear once in a while, and you have to go that way and know the way around it. Understandable, and it wasn't that bad of a game. There's also a great multiplayer mode, which is progression, and bullet time is in it as well. So you can always slow down some time when you're having fun, having trouble in a moment. As this game is, Rockstar has proven itself worthy of being a great company, as they made that type of own genre, in my opinion. And when Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out, it's gonna be amazing, in my opinion, giving everyone the game that they want of Grand Theft Auto. Number 7 on my list is Sleeping Dogs. And I never viewed this game either. Well, it was supposed to be known as True Crime Hong Kong. Well, it was canceled by Activision because they put half their game into it, and then they just quit halfway. And then Square Enix took the rights and just made this game the game it is today, in my opinion. A badass game. A great game, in my opinion, that actually works. A game of Hong Kong that you play as an undercover age cop named Wei Shen, who's an undercover cop, but also works for the Triads. While he's there, there's no decision making or anything like that, but it's little RPG elements as to upgrades to characters. There's little collectible trophies you can find, some great voice acting and civilization and visual effects. It really did a great job, and it feels a lot like Grand Theft Auto. As Grand Theft Auto should take ideas from this and bring it to the next level. While there is no multiplayer, and of course a little lackluster to my opinion, it was still a great game and a good length. A really good length to this game. It really works. With a great combat system, the driving elements, the shooting, everything was spectacular. If I was to give being a score today, it would absolutely be a 9 out of 10, basically for the realism of the city of Hong Kong and everything around it. If they make a sequel, which I hope they do, as the ending could be like a little sequels coming soon type of thing, it doesn't matter if it's a lame ending. It didn't matter to me because I loved it, as I loved the ending of this game. Number 6 is Halo 4. I know some of you have seen this coming since I gave my game Halo 4 a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. the best Halo ever, it was improvement to me in every single way. While Bungie quitted on Halo Reach and it was the end for them, the 343 Industries took the game, the franchise, and brought it to the next level. While people were having low hopes for the game in E3 2011 when they announced it, they held it back to improve on the game, and it worked on every level. The campaign was 10 hours long, with great voice acting and facial motions, graphics, visuals. Everything about this game had it coming. A great multiplayer mode, a great sound design and voice acting could and make this game so much amazing. And when they finished this one, do the Halo 5 with the FX 720, this game is going to be blowing everything away and improving on everything. Now, there may be people saying Spartanauts is not fun to them, and that they were cycling the same levels. It didn't matter to me because I still had fun playing something else other than being Master Chief. As that could have been all of it, they still added the multiplayer, the theater mode, the forge, and everything else that makes a Halo game Halo. And that is why it's number 6 on my list, because it improves on everything. Now, this was going to be separate surprise to some people, as number 5 is Medal of Honor Warfighter. Now, people are going to be saying, why did you pick this game? This is the worst game of all time. Possibly one of the underrated games I've played that I actually enjoyed. Now, Medal of Honor isn't perfect, I will say that right now. That it deserves to be on this list for the greatest visuals ever, with a Frostbite 2 engine blowing this game to full system power. And that's amazing how a game can do that. And while people are saying that the campaign is a terrible campaign, the worst campaign of all time, movie tie-in game campaigns are even worse than this. So don't complain this is the worst campaign of all time. The multiplayer was not lackluster or glitching. People are saying, why is little glitches here and there? When I first played the game on week 1, it didn't matter. As when I continued playing the game, it was still amazing. And with that, you also get a Battlefield 4 beta that's coming out really soon. You get a Zero Dark 30 DLC pack for free and some really cool additions. While the campaign takes like 8 to 7 hours to beat, it still didn't matter to me how long or short it took me because I really loved it no matter what. Based on true events, Danger Close needs to take it up or not. So actually, the reviewers can actually like them for a change, and actually the developers can actually take more time adding to stuff. While it isn't perfect, when I give it an 8.5 out of 10 on my score, I still loved it no matter what, and that's why it's number 5 on this list. Number 4, Far Cry 3 is it's amazing. I would say right now. While I'm still playing the game, I'm not done with it yet, and I still want to do a review after I do this video. I'm still in love with this game. Playing as a young man who has no idea how to shoot a gun. You train him to be a warrior, a man who must kill to save his friends and his family, the people he cares about. And not only that, this open world is amazing. And one of the best things about it is that you don't have to wait for load time to go to another region or anything. It's so big and so gigantic that you can just do whatever you want. You can hunt for hours on end. You can actually waste 20 to 50 hours, or even longer than that, just killing enemies, stabbing guys, doing takedowns. RPG elements are in this game as it is. While there is a little twist at the ending, which causes 2 endings, it really is a good improvement overall. Not only that, they also had a multiplayer, a map editor, and a co-op campaign, which brings this game to the full maximum level. As the multiplayer has cool perks in it, while people are complaining that it's the worst or bland multiplayer that we already know is going to happen, it's a big forget that. The multiplayer is an improvement with new perks and new ideas that they added, and little systems that they did. While it's not perfect in my opinion, which is why I'll give it a 9.8 out of 10. And I'm going to do a review soon, which is why I'm going to give my score. So if you see the review, you're already going to know the score if you've seen this video. 9.8. Now, while it is not perfect, I still recommend it to anyone who loves an open world game. Number 3 on this list is Borderlands 2. Now, this game really controlled me for a long time, as it was probably one of the most addictive, looting, first-person shooter RPG element games out there. 2K and Gearbox Software has proved themselves worthy of the first one. While the first one was type of a tech demo, which involves thousands and millions of guns, This one proves it that it's worthy of being a franchise, a trilogy maybe, when they brought this one to the next level with great gameplay, innovation, and visual effects. While there's no actual multiplayer, there's a great co-op campaign when you actually play the original campaign with your friends. And also, the great villain, Handsome Jack, really brought this game to the next level. And also, we can say the Far Cry has a great villain as well, Boss. So let's get back to Borderlands 2, and it's great gameplay, great visual effects with a comic book type of feeling to it, kind of like Darkness 2, and some other stuff as well. While it isn't perfect in my opinion, and the driving could have been done a little bit more tweaking to it, it didn't matter to me because the characters were amazing. Dialogue was top notch. Claptrap's probably one of my most favorite supporting characters because he's a hilarious person ever. He just makes me laugh all the time when he just talks. And that's something that support characters don't make me do a lot. Now, number 2 on this list was a lot of people having a little bit of a gaming controversy with this one. But let's get it over with. At number 2 is Mass Effect 3. This game, the reason why I picked this game as number 2 is because it's really hard for me to put number 1. And even though it's perfect in my opinion, I still love this game. While people are complaining about the ending, this is the developer's choice. Spyro decided the ending of the game. You can't be hating on them because of what they did. You can't do that. You can't just say, I want a new ending. Deal with it. I love the ending as myself, and I love all the content that it gave us. I even love the Wii U version. You could play the game not even on the TV. You could add stuff to it. I really enjoy Mass Effect 3. The game's ending, even if people say, oh, it's a lackluster ending, it destroys the Mass Effect option or trilogy's meaning. It didn't matter because it was such a great game. And it was such an improvement. Not only that, they added multiplayer to the mix as well. A horde mode, which is 11 ways with objectives in it. And I love it, and I love the game itself. When Mass Effect 4 comes out, which I know it will, because if Halo's not over, Mass Effect is not over. And when Mass Effect 4 comes out, it's gonna blow everyone away. With its great story, great gameplay, and I hope they add more to it. And I gotta say thanks, Lyra, for the trilogy, and it is a great trilogy. Now, this is it, guys. The number 1 spot of this year's 12 Game 2012, the number 1 spot goes to The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead, in my opinion, is the best Telltale game, best game of this year for me. The reason why I picked this one as number 1, in my opinion, is because of how much you get connected to the characters. As you play as a Lee Everett, as I said before, a convicted felon who's arrested gets a second chance at life when he is attacked by zombies. Basically, you meet a young girl named Clementine, which say is going to be a cheap way of getting you connected. Clementine is an amazing character. You really feel something for her as you must protect her from the zombies, the walkers. When the comic books came out, it was an amazing comic books. When the TV show came out, it was amazing as well. When Telltale announced that they were going to make it into a game, people were scared that it was going to be a crappy game. Thanks to the events of Jurassic Park. While it wasn't full crap, it was half crap. And Back to the Future was a decent game, it did its job well. While this one just proved that if Telltale has enough time to make a game, they can do it. Not only that, you can play it on any system. That means you can play it on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Mac, iOS, iPod, iPad, Android. It proves that it's worthy of itself. And when they make a season 2 for it, it's gonna make everyone get more interested. And not only that, they didn't just basically download the game so you can buy it online. You can actually buy it at retails now, which is amazing. And it's so spectacular that it proves that this is my game of the year. And to top it all off, the retail edition came out on December 4th, which is my birthday, so happy late birthday to me. So, how can I say it, guys? These are my 12 games 2012. If you agree with me, comment below. And also, if you don't agree with me, also let me know what are your top 12 games or top 10 games if you have a shorter list. Also, rate the video, subscribe, and like the video overall. Thank you, and just for watching this. I really hope that the more views I get, the more I can actually change stuff on this show. So, thank you guys. Until then, we're trying to do my Far Cry 3 review coming up really soon. Sorry for the review. I'll see you guys next time on my show. So, see you guys out. Comment below, subscribe.